What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video here on the Water Juice channel. Welcome back to another NBA 2K science experiment video. That's right, because we're scientists on the channel, so we gotta do what scientists do, and they do experiments. And as you can probably tell from the title of this video and the thumbnail and everything about it, we are going to be seeing which all-time NBA team is the best. Which all-time team is the all-time team of all the all-time teams? I personally think that the Lakers are the greatest team of all time because they've had the best players, but I am personally a Miami Heat fan, so that's why I am usering the Miami Heat. We will be seeing how they do, but as you can tell, I have all the all-time teams for each NBA franchise. They are all in this game, and we are going to be simulating a season, maybe a couple seasons, depending on how it goes, and we are going to be seeing which team is the best. Now, there's probably going to be some there is going to be some duplicates because players have played for multiple different teams. So there's going to be two Oscar Robertsons. There's going to be two Kareem Abdul-Jabbars. There's going to be multiple Shaqs. I think there's 3 Shaqs in total. One on the Lakers, one on the Heat, and one on the Magic. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, there it is. There's the first Shaq. So there's going to be multiples of a few players. Multiples of Jordans, but multiples of people. LeBron James is on both the Cavs and the Heat, so there's going to be some duplicates flying around there a little bit, but we are going to be simulating the entire season, figuring out who is the greatest team of all time, the greatest franchise of all time. If you guys are super excited for this video, make sure to smash that like button, notification bell, and the subscription button. While you're doing it, takes a few seconds, and that really tell me how to really appreciate it. And let's find out. Let's be the scientists. Let's do the experiment, and let's find out who is the greatest franchise of all time. I'll see you guys at the end of the season. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back. We just finished the All-Star weekend. We have a record of 32-22. That is very good so far. We can check out the roster, see how we're doing. LeBron James is a 99 overall. Dwayne Wade, 97. Alonzo Mourning's dropped down to a 94. Shaq, 89. Tim Hardaway, 89. Bosh, 88. Pretty solid team. But we can go around the league and look at who's doing good, who's in the playoff picture. We are currently 4th in the playoff picture behind the Celtics at 1, the Bucks at 2, and the 76ers at 3. And then we got the Bulls, the Cavs, the Knicks, and the Magic are the 8 playoff teams in the East. First out is the Nets, then the Pistons, Pacers, Wizards, Hawks, Raptors, Hornets. Hornets only 9 wins on the season. That is not too good for the all-time Charlotte Hornets squad. Now, this team, or these all-time teams are the 2K default all-time teams, so they do not have Charles Barkley or Reggie Miller on here. So that is one reason probably why the Pacers are down here. There's no Reggie Miller. And 76ers, even though they don't have Charles Barkley, are still playing pretty well. Let's go to the West, and as I thought, and as pretty much everybody probably thought, the Lakers are number 1 with 46-8 as their record. Then the Rockets, then the Warriors, Kings, Jazz at 5, Clippers at 6, Thunder 7, and Suns come in 27-28 in the number 8 seed. Then you got the Mavs first out. Timberwolves, Blazers, Nuggets, Spurs, Pelicans, Spurs down here with 19 wins. Wow, they are struggling over here in the Western Conference. You'd think with Tim Duncan and Manu Ginobili and Tony Parker and David Robinson and all these guys, you'd think they'd be higher up, but at least have more than 19 wins. That's a little bit embarrassing. But the West has always been tougher. So we can go to player stats on the season. So halfway through the season, LeBron James averaging 20 points per game, 5 rebounds, 10 assists. Dwayne Wade, 16 points, 3 rebounds, and 9 assists. Shaq averaging 11 points in 7 rebounds. Bosch 10 and 5. So just spreading the ball around a little bit. Spreading the ball around. Not anything crazy. But I just wanted to hop back in and show you guys what was going on halfway through the season, show you the record and show you all that stuff. I should show you the All-Star participants. I didn't show you that yet. So in the Team LeBron, we had Cavs LeBron, we had Heat LeBron, Kareem from the Bucks, Oscar Robertson from the Kings, and Penny Hardaway from the Magic. And then you had Wilt Chamberlain, Allen Iverson, Dwayne Wade, Chris Paul, Larry Bird, Scottie Pippen, Patrick Ewing. That fills out Team LeBron. Team Dirk is Dirk, Jordan, Magic, Tim Duncan, Karl Malone, Hakeem, Moses Malone, Kevin Durant, Clyde Drexler, Moses Malone again, 2 Moses Malones, Walt Frazier, John Stockton. That fills out the all-star teams for Team Dirk. And then you have the dunk contest, Joel Embiid, Pascal Siakam, Karl Anthony Towns, Nikola Jokic. 3-point contest, Dirk, Vince Carter, Baron Davis, Wally Scherzbach, and Peja Stojakovic and Paul Pierce. You'd think that Vince Carter would be over here, but I guess not. Thanks to NBA Logic right there, 2K Logic. That's all right. But here is once again the all-star teams for each team. The award races so far is Cavs LeBron, Heat LeBron, James Harden, Elgin Baylor, Magic Johnson are the MVP runners. Zion Williamson is Rookie of the Year. He's the only one fighting for it right now. 6-man, Jerry Lucas, Russell Westbrook, Marquise Johnson, Kevin Love, who's currently hurt with a sore right foot, and John Wall. Defensive player, obviously Scottie Pippen, Bill Russell, LeBron James, Dikembe Mutombo, and LeBron James from the Cavs. Most improved, nobody, and nobody for coach yet, so we'll find out at the end of the season for that. But I'm going to go and finish the simulation for the end of the season, and I'll see you guys in the awards. All right, so we finished the regular season 46 and 36. That is good enough to make the playoffs. I don't know what seed. Last time we checked, it was the 4th seed, but that was at the halfway point in the season. Now we are all the way done with the season, so who knows what we'll be. But speaking of the who knows what's going to happen, the awards, we do know what happened, and we have LeBron James on the Cavs winning the MVP throughout all the all-time players. LeBron James from the Cavs is the best player this year. Then we had Zion Williamson. He didn't really have anybody to compete with, it seemed, as he wins Rookie of the Year. Russell Westbrook wins 6-man. Scottie Pippen, clearly the best defensive player of all time, wins Defensive Player. He also wins Most Improved. And Coach of the Year is Brian Ramagli. Brian Ramagli? 65 and 17 is the record that he coached for, or the team that he coached for. That's what they got, and they finished 2nd in the conference, 1st in the division. So who had a better record? I don't even know who he's coaching for. But we have all-time teams, all-NBA teams. Penny Hardaway, Oscar Robertson, both LeBrons, and Bob McAdoo make all-NBA first team. Then we have All-NBA second team, Clyde Drexler, Allen Iverson, Karl Malone, Tim Duncan, Kareem. All-NBA third team, Magic Johnson, James Harden, Giannis, Dirk, and Wilt Chamberlain. Dirk actually dislocated his right patella during the second half of the season. He's out for the rest of the season, so the Mavs are going to be struggling here. All defense is Jordan, Jimmy Butler, Scottie Pippen, LeBron James, and Bill Russell. The Bulls are going to be tough if they got Jordan, Butler, and Scottie. That's 3 of the best defensive players of all time on the same team. That's going to be a tough out. Then all defensive second team is Wade, Stockton, LeBron from the Cavs, AK-47, and Dikembe Mutombo. That's all the All-NBA teams. So the Lakers finished with the number 1 seed. The Rockets is who finished second in the conference. So the Coach of the Year is coaching for the Rockets. We finished in 6th, so we dropped down a little bit. The Bulls finished 5th. Number 1 seed over in the East is Boston. Number 2 is the Bucks. So this is going to be a little bit tricky. Let's go quickly check the stats of the players throughout the season, just the main guys. Let's check Wade. Let's see what he had. He had 17 points, 8 assists. LeBron had 19 points, 10 assists. Alonzo, 16 points, 10 rebounds. Shaq had 11 and 6. Chris Bosh had 12 and 5. All right. Not bad. Glenn Rice had 10 and 3 assists. So the team pulling their weight. Tim Hardaway had 14 and 9. So I think we're good enough to get it to the semifinals, maybe the conference finals. I don't think we're good enough to win a championship. Just basing that off of who made the playoffs and what our record was throughout the regular season, I do not think we're good enough in this first season to win an NBA championship. I do think we're good enough to at least make the conference finals, but let's quickly go over who the 76ers have on their team if you do not know, because that's who we're going up against in our first round matchup. They have Allen Iverson, Moses Malone, Julius Erving, Billy Cunningham, Wilt Chamberlain, Joel Embiid, Bobby Jones, Andre Iguodala, George McGinnis, Hershey Hawkins, Doug Collins, Maurice Cheeks, Ben Simmons, Daryl Dawkins, Henry Bibby. That is their team. That is who we're going up against. And obviously you know who we have in our squad. So we're going to simulate game number 1 with simulcast. Let's see if we can take game 1 away from home. It doesn't look like we're going to be able to, and we don't. We fall. The 76ers take game number 1. Game number 2, once again away from home. We're fighting for it, and we are going to lose again. So maybe we won't even get out of the first round. Simulating game number 3, first time at home in the playoffs, and we get blown out. All right, so we're down 3-0 against the 76ers. I guess my prediction was wrong. I don't think we're good enough to even make it out of the first round. We are going to get clean swept. Yep, we get clean sweep. 4 games to nothing. The 76ers sweep out the Heat in the first round. All right, so that is very interesting. LeBron, Wade, Bosh, Shaq, Alonzo Mourning, Tim Hardaway couldn't beat the 76ers. So we are going to simulate the rest of the playoffs, see who is the best team of all time. The best franchise of all time, I should say. Boston and the Cavs, the Bucks and Sixers, Lakers, Kings, Houston, and Golden State. Ooh, it's going to be Lakers and Rockets, and then Celtics and 76ers in the finals. And then it's going to be Celtics, Lakers. It is going to be Celtics, Lakers. Of course it is. Of course it is. And it takes 6 games, but the Los Angeles Lakers have won the NBA championship. That is my prediction. That was my prediction at the beginning of this video. I did say that the LA Lakers were the best franchise of all time, and I guess I was right, at least for this first season. They do win the NBA championship. Kobe Bryant is the Finals MVP. Rest in peace, Black Mamba. As we move on to the off season, the Lakers are the defending champions, but this Heat team, can they bounce back? Retirements: Pau Gasol, Devin Harris, Jose Calderon, and Channing Frye. Staff retirements, nobody cares. League meetings, make sure everything's rejected. All right, league realignment, don't need that. Draft lottery, don't need that. Staff signing, don't need that. Let's go straight to the draft. Simulate everything else. And straight to rookie signing, because we're not going to have a very high pick. We'll probably have a high 20 pick. We get Precious out of Kentucky, right? Memphis, out of Memphis. And Kenyon Martin Jr. You know what? We'll sign Kenyon Martin Jr. too, just because his name is Kenyon Martin Jr. I'm not mad at those picks. Team player options. LeBron has declined his player option. Of course he does. He does every year. Qualifying offers, no qualifying offers. So hopefully we can bring back LeBron James. It's this LeBron, right? Yeah, it's this LeBron. There's a lot of people in free agency that we could possibly try and bring back. You don't have enough room under the hard cap to sign LeBron James. That is not good. Can we sign anybody? How much money do we have? Do we have any money? Salary cap table. Who's costing us so much money that we don't have a lot of it? Do you wish to announce the rest of doing these? Use the early bird or non-burn exception on it. However, it will clear the cap hold immediately. No, I don't want to clear the cap of LeBron because we want to try and bring it back. So this is where it gets a little bit tricky. This is where it gets a little tricky. Who do we not need that's making a ton of money? Goran Dragic, we don't really need. Hassan Whiteside, We don't really need. He's making a lot of money. This guy's making so much money. Why are you making a lot of money? Holy crap. Who are you even? And Steve Smith is making so much money. Who are these guys and why are they making money? Can we trade these guys for, AK-47 to be our power forward? But I'm just looking to trade for nobody really so I can get some money freed up. What about if I throw in PJ Brown? Will that get us able to sign just like a draft pick or something? Nobody wants to give me just a draft pick? That's a little bit upsetting. We're not going to be anybody if we don't have LeBron on our team. So there was an offer from the Bulls that was like Jimmy Butler, wasn't it? I saw Jimmy Butler here somewhere. Maybe I'm just seeing things. Oh, from the it was Timberwolves Jimmy Butler. I don't want Timberwolves Jimmy Butler. All right, so let me see if I can just get like a draft pick or something for these guys that are making tons of money. So Eddie Jones, Steve Smith, and these guys for picks. Salary cap exceptions. We can get exceptions. That's cool. I like that. Picks. So let's go to the Hornets because they did really bad this season. So let's see if we can get their first round pick unprotected. They would be getting a legal trade. They don't have the cap room. The Lakers might have the cap room. I know they just won the championship. We don't really need a good pick. We just need. They don't have the cap room either. It's going to be a lot of money. You know what? Why don't we just do this, do this? They still have the cap room. They don't have the cap room either. Why does nobody have the cap room to trade? Maybe that's why everybody was offering just players and not draft picks because nobody has cap room. Of course nobody has cap room. Everybody's making so much money. What about if I just trade Eddie Jones? Will that give me just a pick? I don't need a player, just need a pick. I'm trying to get as little money back as possible. So if I do this deal with Lance Stevenson, I could do that. He's making 6.5. And I'd be getting a 2022 first round pick, top 3 protected. You know what? I'll do it just to be able to get that pick. And I free up a little bit of money. It's not a lot of money that I freed up, but I did free up a little bit. Let's see if I can trade Dan. Does anybody want Dan straight up for a pick or something? Or somebody with a little bit less money? What about if I throw Lance in there? Let me throw good old Lance Stevenson in there. Is there anybody willing to take his money? I can get the better version of the same guy. That's hilarious. He's making more money. That's actually really funny. I can get the better version of him. Making more money. He's younger. He's 89 overall. That's tricky. I think I should do that, honestly. Maybe we should just go away from LeBron. See if we can do it with other. I'm gonna do this. This is actually really good. This is hilarious. We can get the same guy, but he's better. We get the better version of the guy we just traded away. Yes, he costs more, but we just got the better version of the same dude. That's hilarious. All right, let's trade some of these guys away. See if we can get anything for them. Michael Redd, 90 overall. Richard Jefferson. That's my Bill Walton impression of Richard Jefferson when he says Richard Jefferson. We can get Dennis Rodman from the Blazers and a 2021 first round pick. That might not be too bad. How much is he? He's 6.6. You know what? I'm going to do that deal. Give me Dennis Rodman from the Blazers. Yes, he's older, but, I mean, he's a 90 overall. He's going to help us. Who else do we need to trade away? You know what? We don't really need Goran Dragic. What can we get for Steve Smith and Goran Dragic? Maybe we can drop some money. People are really willing to get rid of their higher rated guys because there's so many high rated guys in this league now. It's hilarious. We can get Paul Gasol from the Lakers. It would take up a lot of our cap space, but he would be very good. Buck Williams, Drew Holiday and Peja Stojakovic, Dave Bing, Ralph Sampson, and a 2022 first-round pick. Jimmy Buckets and Ricky Rubio from the Timberwolves. Andre Iguodala and a 2022 first-round pick. Jeff Malone and a 2021 first-round pick. I don't really like any of these deals. What about just Goran by himself? Goran by himself can bring us Steve Nash from the Mavericks. The Mavericks version of Steve Nash isn't really what I would want. If I'm going to trade just Goran Dragic, I'm going to try and trade him for somebody who's cheaper. Although I would like to get Steve Nash from the Mavericks. Although we'd have to be giving up our 2021 first round pick that we just got. Maybe I can negotiate? You want the 2021 unprotected. So can we give you our lottery pick that is protected from the Suns? Would that do it? No, they want our 2021 second round pick as well. No, I'm not giving you top 3 protected. I could trade you my first round pick from this year, banking on the fact that we could be better than what we actually were. You know what? I think I might do that. But I'll lottery protect it. And then I'll give you my second round pick. Yeah. Let's do that. So that I put that lottery protection on it so that if we don't end up being good and we get a pick in the lottery, then it'll come back to us. So now that we have Steve Nash on the Mavs, we can try and trade Steve Smith. Is there anybody here that would be willing to come over to the Heat for Steve Smith? Lou Williams. I do like Sweet Lou. It would be nice. Not liking any of these options. J.R. Smith and Peja Stojakovic. Sweet Lou. You know what? I'm going to take Sweet Lou. I love me some Sweet Lou. He's cheaper than Steve Smith. And I do want to try and see what we can get for Tim Hardaway. I think we might need to move on for Tim Hardaway. Can we get anybody beast? We can get Kareem if we give up Udonis as well. But Udonis is my favorite Heat player of all time besides Dwayne Wade. So that is a little bit hurting. Oh, we can get young Dwight Howard. We have to give up. Okay. D'Angelo Russell and Richard Jefferson. I have to say it every time. We can get Ben Wallace. All right. We do have Steve Nash, so that's why I'm kind of considering trading Tim Hardaway. Young Andre Iguodala plus a 2023 first round pick. I kind of want to do the Kareem trade, but we'd be giving up Udonis, and I don't really want to give up Udonis because he's cheap and he's still pretty good. I mean, only 27. But we could be getting Kareem. Oh, yes, it is old Kareem, but still it's Kareem, 98 overall. Do we do this? Do we take old Kareem, but we have Shaq already, and we have Bosh? No, we don't need him. We have Shaq, we have Bosh, and we have Dennis Rodman. So there'd be really no spot for Kareem. So that's just not going to work out. But let's check and see here. How much money do we have now? We have like no money still. So let's go the first day and trade exception, renounce the rights of Steve Smith, LeBron James. Where's LeBron going? Welcome to the first day of free agency. So Jordan still hasn't signed anywhere. Bird hasn't signed anywhere. A lot of the top guys didn't sign anywhere in the moratorium period. Jordan's still nowhere. I kind of want to keep LeBron, honestly. He's got 8 offers. Jordan, nobody's signing these guys. Maybe nobody's got any money. I kind of want to just keep going and see what happens here. See if anybody signs him. All these guys, that's probably why they're not signed. Look at all these talented players down here. That's probably why, because nobody's got any money to be able to afford them. And the people that are signed are all the cheap one-year deals and stuff, so that makes tons of sense, actually. Nobody's got any money. Let's see what happens. This is the final day of free agency. Let's see what happens, I guess. Go to training camp. I'm kind of curious to see if all those guys are still in free agency or not. So I was right. Well, at least Jordan and Bird ended up signing somewhere, it seems. Player finder, last name Jordan. Let's see where he ended up signing with, and Larry Bird signed somewhere too. Okay, Michael signs with the Bulls, it looks like still, right? Yeah, he's still with the Bulls. So they just brought him back, but so that would mean that Bird is still with the Celtics? Larry Bird, no, he goes, who is he with now? Who did Bird sign with? Where's his contract at? Oh, he's on the Cavs. Larry Bird signs with the Cavs. I didn't even see that out there. Did I see that right? That Jordan's still with the Bulls, or does it just happen to be a red jersey? Yeah, he's still signed. He's still with the Bulls. Okay, so all these guys are still here, though. Yes, we have no money, but all of these. Look at all this free. Look at this free agent pool right here. This free agent pool is out of control. You could win a championship with the people in free agency right here. The amount of talent that is in this free agency. You've got young Durant. You've got old Durant. Man, this is absolutely wild. If we had money, we would definitely buy one of those guys and bring them in, but we don't have any money. The only way to get money is to release people or trade them, which is what we're going to do. Are people willing to give me picks now, or people still don't have any money? I'm assuming people still don't have any money. That's what it seems like. You know what? I think what I'm going to do is, we can't have all these guys in free agency. This just isn't cool. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn off the salary cap so that these guys can sign. Maybe I sign a couple of them. I don't know. I'm just saying. But I'm going to turn off the salary cap just because we can't have these guys. We can't have these guys in the friggin' free agency. These guys are way, way too good to be in free agency. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in, I'm going to turn off salary cap, then I'm going to simulate the season. Who knows where they'll sign? Maybe I'll sign a couple of them. But I'm going to turn it off, and then we're going to see what happens, because we can't have that much talent in free agency. It's just not how it happens. And so I'll see you guys at the halfway point in the season. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're here at the halfway point in the season. We currently are 32-24. Maybe not the halfway point of the season, but we were just done with the All-Star break, so we got the rest of the season to go. But I have decided during that simulation that I think I'm going to cut this into multiple parts. This will be part 1, season number 1, and the beginning of season number 2. And then in the second part, it'll be the finishing of season number 2 and then season number 3. So that's how I'm going to do it, because I don't want this video to be like super long. but I do want to show you what I did. I did turn off salary cap like I mentioned earlier. I brought back LeBron James, and then I also signed Kevin Garnett. Now, I know what you're probably saying. Why did you sign Kevin Garnett? You've got Chris Bosh, Dennis Rodman, you've got all these power forwards and all these big men. But, I mean, it's Kevin Garnett. It's KG. He's 29, 96 overall. I couldn't really pass that up. I only signed him for 2 years, so he's fine. He's here. We've got LeBron locked down for 4 years. Wade's locked down for 4 years. Everybody else is kind of wishy-washy, but those are the only two that really matter. So those are the two guys that I signed before I started simulating, and we are 32 and 24 as I mentioned. The playoff picture looks as follows. It looks almost exactly like it did halfway point of last season. Celtics number 1, 76ers 2, Cavs 3, us 4, just like it was until we finished 6th at the end of the season. Charlotte's still the worst team in the league. The Spurs this time finished 17, or not finished, but have only 17 wins to start out this season. Lakers, obviously the defending champions, are number 1 with 48 wins, only 6 losses. That's pretty impressive. Any notable teams missing the playoffs so far? The Rockets, the Jazz, kind of notable. On the Eastern side, it is the Pacers, the Hawks. No, the Raptors. Not really anybody notable. All the big teams you'd think would be in the playoffs with these kind of teams are in the playoffs so far. So that is what it's looking like. Player stats so far on the season: LeBron James 22 points, 5 rebounds, 9 assists. Dwayne Wade 18 points, 3 rebounds, 8 assists. Alonzo Mourning 17 points, 9 rebounds, and 1 assist. Tim Hardaway 13 points and 8 assists. Chris Bosh 11 points, 4 rebounds. Kevin Garnett 10 points, 7 rebounds, 5 assists actually too. Shaq has 8 points and 5 rebounds, 4 rebounds. Kevin, you can round up at 5. Glenn Rice with 7 points. Nash 5.6 points. Bill Walton. I got Bill Walton just because of the memes, really. Richard Jefferson. Just so I can say that all the time. Then Udonis Haslem has 0.8 points per game. Dennis Rodman has 1.8. So everybody's playing their role. I guess KG should have a little bit more points, but he's kind of getting a little less playing time with Bosh and Hardaway, or with Bosh and Mourning and Shaq and all the big guys that we have on this team. So Kevin Garnett kind of not getting as many minutes as he probably would like, but it is what it is. So that is going to be the end of this first part. I will show you the All-Star teams, though. We have Oscar Robertson and Jason Kidd are the 2 point guards. Then Clyde Drexler, LeBron James, Tim Duncan, Kareem. On the reserves is Hakeem, Bob Cousy, Scottie Pippen, Magic Johnson, Allen Iverson, Moses Malone, Patrick Ewing. And over on the Team Penny side is Jason Kidd, Penny Hardaway, LeBron James, Karl Malone, Dirk Nowitzki, Will Chamberlain, Michael Jordan, Larry Bird, Steve Nash, Bob McAdoo. And I dropped my controller. Oh, not what I wanted to do. Where was I? Bob McAdoo, John Havlicek, and Russell Westbrook. So captains are Penny Hardaway and Tim Duncan. That is the All-Star. The participants are, we already went through those. Dunk contest: Donovan Mitchell, Zion Williamson, Ben Simmons, and Luka Doncic. 3-point is Dirk, LeBron, Steve Nash, Peja, Luka, and Kevin Durant, who signed with the Cavs. USA versus World. We don't really need to go. I'll go over. It doesn't really matter, I guess. You can check it out, see if you see anybody that you know. You probably do. We saw 2 Heat players on there because they're gods. Award races: Tim Duncan is the most valuable player so far, with Penny Hardaway, Will Chamberlain, Oscar Robertson, and LeBron James. Rookie of the Year is a bunch of guys. Cassius Winston's there. 6-man: Magic Johnson, John Wall, Kevin Durant, Chris Paul, JoJo White. Defensive player, as you would assume: Scottie Pippen, Tim Duncan, Bill Russell, Hakeem, and AK-47. Most improved, nobody. And then we're back to MVP. So I am going to end the video, like I said, right here. In the next part, it will be the end of this season, finishing up, seeing who wins the championship, going through the off season, and then starting and hopefully finishing the 3rd season. And then I don't know how much longer I'll go in this little kind of science experiment video, but hey, we'll see what happens. If we win multiple championships, I'll probably keep going until we stop losing or stop winning them. So that's going to be the end of this video. I hope you guys did enjoy. If you did, make sure you smash the like button on the video, hit the notification bell and the subscription button down below so you don't miss out on any of the videos. And I'll see you guys in the next part. See ya!